Good morning. In today's class, we will discuss about critical radius of insulation. This is a very important topic, and this critical radius of insulation is used uh, for insulating a material. And as the name suggests, insulation is used to reduce heat transfer rate. But when we apply some insulating material on a body, it is not always necessary that heat transfer rate will decrease. It may also possible that instead of decreasing heat transfer rate, in actual heat transfer rate increases. So this insulation is depend upon shape of the body. So we will discuss three examples. One is plane wall, then spherical body and spherical body. Then we will see how critical radius, what is critical radius and how radius affect the heat transfer rate. So first of all, for example, if we have a plane wall, so in that case we know adding more insulation to a wall always decrease heat transfer rate, because adding insulation always increase thermal resistance of the wall without increasing the heat transfer area or without increasing the convective resistance. So in a plane wall, when we put insulation, so it will increase thermal resistance. So in plane wall, it's like thermal resistance connected in series. So there is one more resistance added due to insulation. So when we apply insulation on a plane wall, the resistance is always increases, and due to increase in resistance the heat transfer rate always decreases in case of plane wall. But on the other hand, in case of cylindrical or spherical wall, this is not the case. The reason is that in case of spherical wall or cylinder, there are two parameters which play role in controlling heat transfer rate. One is when we apply insulation, the heat transfer it offer more resistance for heat transfer. But on the other hand, when we apply insulation on a cylindrical or spherical object, then the radius of that object will increase. The radius will be original radius plus thickness of the insulation. So the overall radius of the object will increase, and due to increase in radius of the object, the total surface area available for convective heat transfer will also increase, because the area is function of radius in both the cases. That is, for cylinder and sphere, the surface area is function of radius. So when we apply insulation, it increase total surface area, so that area uh, that area is responsible for convective heat transfer. So when area increases, convective heat transfer resistance, convective heat transfer rate will increase. So here two parameter. One is by applying insulation on the object, the heat transfer resistance increases, but on the other hand surface area is also increases. So due to increase in surface area, total convective heat transfer from the object to the ambient environment is also increases. So the question the terms arrived critical radius of insulation. So what happened, there is a critical thickness above which only transfer rate decreases, and if the radius of the object is less than critical radius, in that case instead of increasing resistance, or in case of decreasing heat transfer rate, the heat transfer rate actually increases. So when we apply insulation on an object, the thickness of the insulation must be higher than the critical thickness. Otherwise, instead of decreasing heat transfer rate, the heat transfer rate will actually increases. So let us consider a case of cylinder, and in this diagram you can see this is a cylinder which is in pink color, and this brown color circle indicates the insulation. So this brown color is insulation. So this R1 is original radius, and this R2 is radius of cylinder after applying insulation. And this T1 is temperature at the inlet surface. This ambient temperature is T infinite. Now there are two resistance. One is due to insulation and second one is convective resistance in the environment. So if we apply energy balance, then Q will be equal to total temperature difference divided by total resistance. Total temperature difference is, here temperature is T1 and ambient temperature is T infinite. So T1 minus T infinite divided by total resistance. Total resistance is first resistance offered by the insulation and second resistance is convective resistance in ambient environment. So finally this equation, or if we further simplify this equation, then T1 minus T infinity divided by this conduction resistance in insulation will be log of R2 by R1 upon 2 pi Lk, that I explained in my previous classes. And the second resistance is due to convection, so this will be 1 upon HA. Area is 2 pi R2L. So this is our final equation to calculate heat transfer rate. Now the value of R2 at which Q reach a maximum is determined from the requirement that dQ by dR2 equal to 0. And this is pure mathematics. In mathematics you study to calculate maxima, minima. So if you want to calculate maximum Q, so at maximum Q this dQ by dR2 will be equal to 0. Maximum Q means the radius at which maximum heat transfer will takes place. So for that you have to differentiate this equation and put that equation equal to 0. So differentiate with this equation with respect to R2 and then put value equal to 0. So after that finally you will get this equation. So this is called critical radius of insulation for a cylinder, that is equal to K upon H. It means the thermal conductivity of material divided by heat transfer coefficient. So as you can see in this diagram, this is original heat transfer rate. So when we place insulation on the surface, then in starting the heat transfer rate will increase, then it reaches to a maximum value, and after that heat transfer rate will decreases. So the radius at which heat transfer rate is maximum is called critical radius of insulation. So insulation thickness should be higher than this point, this critical radius. Only after that the heat transfer rate will decrease. But if the value of insulation is value means the thickness of insulation is less than critical radius of insulation, the heat transfer rate will actually increases. Similarly, we can derive this equation for sphere. Again, if we assume sphere, then this Q will be equal to the temperature difference divided by total resistance. And if again we put dQ by dR2 equal to 0, then finally we get this equation. The critical radius of sphere will be 2K upon H. So this one is critical radius of insulation for a cylinder, and this one is critical radius of insulation for a spherical body. So this is end of today lecture, and if you have any doubt you can discuss with me. Thank you.